That's right. You saw the title. Let's get started. Right. So while I have this chucked up in the lathe and ready to go to be to have material taken off of it, there's some things I need to explain about this project, and indeed this lightsaber that I'm going to be making. It's just the hilt, no electronics in it. I might do one with electronics later on in life when I'm not broke and I have more time, but this is just going to be the hilt. And since I have the green lathe here, this is something that I've always wanted to make, so I'm going to make it. There are actually 3 different versions of this lightsaber in Return of the Jedi. There's the hero one, which is only used for literally one scene, and indeed like one cut when Darth Vader is looking at his lightsaber, and it's a close-up, and that's the hero, and it's got a box instead of a graphite clip for the activator switch. And that is only used for literally one. I think it's 2 seconds. That's it. And then there's another version where, like, it was made from parts left over from Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber prop, and then there's the one that you see mostly in the film where it's hanging on his belt. He's using it. He's using it during fight scenes and stuff like that. That is the one that I'm going to make right here on this lathe. I'm not really sure why there are 3, but It's an interesting Easter egg, and once you see it in the movie, you'll never be able to forget it and never be able to unsee it. But it's pretty cool, though. I have the exact dimensions of this lightsaber, okay? So I got this off the internet. It was actually on Pinterest, and then I was able to print off a copy. This gives measurements in millimeters, and I converted them to inches. There's an old adage. There are two types of countries that use the metric system and the country that put a human being on the moon. So, yeah, all of that in red and green are the millimeters that I've converted to inches, because that's the way I think. Now I'm going to do this in 3 parts. It's not going to be all one piece. It's going to be 3 pieces, A, B, and C. I'm going to do A first, which is going to be the portion with all of the, ribbing and I don't know what you call that, but the ribbing, and then the portion where the activator switch is going to go on, and then the the fore end where the blade comes out. That's going to be that's going to be done second, because I can do that on the lathe as well. And then part C, the pommel, that's going to have to be done on a separate piece of equipment, and that's going to be the most complicated out of all of these. And then there's no need to make the activator switch, because I bought one off of the internet. I think this is from like Saber-Parts. I will put a link in the description of where I got this. It was not very expensive, and it looks exactly like an original Graflex part. So let's get started with part A. Day one has come to a close. It's time for the moment of truth. Will the Graflex Clamp fit on this hilt? Let's find out. Look at that. It's snug. That's what I want. But it's adjustable too, so however it is right now, I can change it, but I don't think I want to. That's perfect just the way it is. I can maybe loosen it up a little bit, but it's perfect. It's perfect. Everything is proceeding exactly as I have foreseen, and it feels good. Alright, so now that we know that this all fits on there and it's all good to go on the surface, at least before I do the paint job, and I'll explain that before I do it. But right now I need to drill and tap where the part A and part B are going to meet up. Part A is obviously the part I'm working on right now. Part B is going to be the emitter, or what the blade comes out of. It's here at the front, right here. And then that's going to thread, these two parts are going to thread together. And I have found a 7/16 20 fine thread tap, along with the die. So those are a set, and we got to keep those together, make sure they don't get lost. And the tap drill for that tap is going to be a 25/64 drill bit. Sweet. I've already done the calculations on the portion of the emitter where this meets the main body of part A. And it's 0.71. There's plenty of room for the 7/16 to have threads and to have a surface for those two to contact together. Let's drill a hole.